put the phone down here because I wanted to get that cloud in the backdrop. That's looks like a jellyfish. Kind of looks like a dick. Definitely looks like a jellyfish. Anyways, just waiting on an order, so I figured turn the camera on and we can chat a little bit. Chatting to myself. Maybe somebody on the other end is listening. Are you listening, Frank? Are you listening, Todd? Are you listening, James? Are you listening, Elizabeth? Are you listening, Becky? I don't know your names. I just assume. Kind of want to. I just got done uploading a video, DoorDashing and talking about Star Wars, so thinking about, waxing some nostalgia here and talk about some video games, talk about shit that guys and girls my age grew up with. And for some reason, I have this memory stuck in my head. The first arcade that I remember in the house was Atari 2600, and Space Invaders, yeah. But one game that always stuck out to me for some reason is Congo Bongo. I just have vivid memories of that game. That kind of like, I don't know if it was a ripoff of Donkey Kong or not. I just remember the little dude in the white suit, some giant like monkey thing throwing things down at you. Hell, I could be misinformed. It might have not even been an Atari 2600 game that I'm thinking of. It might have been ColecoVision. I don't recollect correctly. Well, I'm sure it was a Atari 2600. You got a company name in the background. So the other day I tried to do 30 runs, man, and I wore myself out so much I barely worked yesterday. I worked later on the night. I've already been working for a little bit. Got about $45. Took a small break to feed Finn. Say hi, Finn. Finn is laying down. You okay, boy? Oh, there you are. Say hi, buddy. Hey. Now, before y'all get in there and like, why is he latched to the back seat like that? He gets really excited in people's yards, and when I leave the Jeep, he gets super excited. He wants to go. He gets separation anxiety. I don't know if that's the lab or the shepherd in him doing that, but he gets separation anxiety, and I have to do that because one night he was with me, and there was a dog in the people's yard, and he decided to jump from the back to the front, knock down my rearview mirror, paw print all over my windshield. Needless to say, I was angry. I yelled at him, which I felt bad about, but I did. I yelled at him. And then I just, from that moment on, I make sure he's secure in the back seat when we're going. He's got plenty of, slack to lay down and be comfortable. So, but I don't need him destroying the Jeep either. And yeah, I'm going to keep him with me. He's going to go with me wherever. He's my boy. He protects me. You do not come up to the Jeep if I'm in it and he's in it. That is a no-go. I had one lady try to pet him through the window, and I was like, let me take him out. And she was like another DoorDasher. She knew me. And then she was like, is he friendly? And I was like, yeah. And then she reached her hand and he sniffed at her. And she got a little bit upset about it, but you know, she knew she was a dog person. But it's like, yo, that's not good. Don't do that. He's protecting his territory. He's protecting me. He's doing his job. So, but once he's out of the Jeep, he just becomes the friendliest damn animal. A little bit rambunctious because he likes to jump on you and do stuff like that, but he doesn't mean anything by it. He's just a playful boy, and you know, but he does have separation anxiety issues, so it's hard on him when I leave the vehicle to go DoorDash, and it's hard on him every time we approach another yard because he doesn't know what's going on. You know, he's trying to tell me, hey man, be careful. You know, he lets his presence known, and I worry about that at night, especially with people with other dogs and waking up the entire damn neighborhood. And I'm just like, oh my God, please shut up, please shut up. I don't want to get in trouble for having you in the vehicle. You know, but he's my guy. You know, I'm not going to let him sit somewhere by himself for hours on a time. He's my guy. He's my buddy. He's my best friend. He's the only one I trust in this whole wide world right now. That's the truth. You know, so it is what it is. But anyways, moving on. You know, I do some other things on YouTube. I'm not trying to promote, but while I got you here, and we're just chit chatting and waiting for an order, I do this little thing here. This is my reading material. Yes, folks, I'm a grown ass man that reads a comic book about a video game. Deal with it. But I do actually, you know, like, do narrative reading on YouTube with it, and it's not like it's a retention thing. I mean, I look at the retention scores of it. I've done like 5 episodes, I think, and people you know, it basically boils down to an old man reading to you. All right, so but people bail quickly. I think the highest one has got a 55-second average. All right, but I don't think of it as a failure. I think of it as like, this is going to be there. Somebody will find it. Somebody will enjoy it. And somebody will stick with it. So, you know, it is what it is. I don't care. I'm not trying to be that viral guy. That one video that takes off and I become world famous. It's too, you know, YouTube, I want it to work, yes. Yeah, I want it to work. Part of me wants to get off the road, off DoorDash, and my health is starting to go, you know, from being older and stuff like that. So yeah, I want YouTube to work, but at the same time, I'm not chasing virality. That's a young man's game. You know, I just put stuff out there and want to talk to you guys face to face. Maybe you find me interesting, maybe you don't. Maybe you're like, dude, get off my damn screen. And if that's the case, then why are you watching? You know, why are you watching if that's the case? But anyways, not trying to be, you know, egotistical and shit like that. But yeah, well, you know, I've already killed 9 minutes in this video. I don't know how long this video upload's going to be, so I'm going to pause it right here and see if we can get an order and see if something interesting happens, and I'll check back later and we'll talk about nostalgic things and video games and whatnot growing up, and, you know, talk about life in general. How's that sound? That sound good? It does, you know. I see you over there waving in the back, you know, shaking your head, or I see this guy over there, he like, no, this ain't for me. Whatever. All right. Be back in a little bit. So, why do we have to keep taking picture after picture after picture of DoorDash bag when you have in your settings that if you have a DoorDash bag and you've already took a picture and it's in your settings? I don't get it. I mean, it's really nothing to complain about, but it's just one of those little annoyances that the app just makes it that much more irritating, you know? Anyways, so I just ran a $11 double order from Little Caesars and got back, and I'm just like chilling in a parking lot right now, just waiting for the next order. It's pretty windy out here today, actually. Kind of a little bit of a Florida winter. If you're not from Florida, Florida winter is when it drops around 60 degrees and plenty of sunshine and actually really, really comfortable. But the wind plus the chill factor coming off the wind makes it a little bit cold and breezy. But I ain't complaining. Could be in places like North Carolina. Talking to you, brother. But other than that, it's pretty good. So earlier we talked about like things we grew up with and stuff like that, and I was on the subject of video games. I was talking about Congo Bongo. Another game I remember growing up with, we had a ColecoVision also. It had the hand pad and the little dial on top and the numbers that never really did anything, but there was a game that I absolutely loved on that. It was called Sub Rock. Any of y'all out there who are, around my age played Sub Rock? It's like a little, the thing is, it's like a first-person shooter, but you're based out of a submarine. You got a target reticle right in front of the screen, and bombs are coming at you, missiles are coming at you, submarines going across the ocean, planes and whatnot. You got to try to get all the targets and before your life dissipates. Very fun game. Yeah, I never got into games like Frogger and crap like that, or Pitfall, or another game I had fond memory with. My dad at the time left us with a Commodore 64, and I would play the hell out of Leaderboard Golf and Aliens, the video game. And I played the hell out of Aliens, the video game, but I never got past this little get through the ring section. Yeah, I don't know if I can say I truly liked the Commodore 64. It was different. It was, I rather played the consoles, the Sega Genesis. I remember getting the Mortal Kombat game for Sega Genesis and playing with Sub-Zero and not knowing, there was even fatalities in the game, and accidentally pulling off Sub-Zero's fatality. I was like, what the hell is that? Instant hook. But so, if you're watching this video and you want to input some games that you grew up with, comment, talk to us. Let's find out. Chances are I probably played the same games that you played. And by the way, folks, if you're new to DoorDashing and You do this for a living, this right here. What's happening right now, waiting for an order, is the meat. This is the tedious part. This is the, like if you have a regular job, uh, working with customers or whatever. This is the annoying phone call. This is it right here. I was watching the video last night. I forgot who the guy was, otherwise I'd put it in, but he was doing a video where he was going over some of the comments that people send him. And it's crazy the way some of these customers interact with drivers. Like, really? I mean, I've never been called a name or anything. I've had people, like, hey, where are you going? Or how long are you going to be? Or, stuff like that, but never explicitly rude. And I read all these horror stories all the time on Reddit. And, from both drivers and customers. And, man, there's some horror stories on that thing. I try to stay away from Reddit in general just because of the negativity that is on that app. Every third Reddit is like F DoorDash and screw this and all that stuff, and I'm like, so why do you do it? Why do you put your energy into something that's going to make you feel negative all the time? I don't understand that concept, and I complain. I'm human. I can be a real bitch, but at the same time, I understand it comes with the territory, and that I can make a decision to get out of it if I truly wanted to, but I'm hard-headed and I just keep on doing it, and a lot of it is because I just love the freedom that it gives me. I'm willing to work all day and make a couple $100 or whatever, or $1.50 and call it a day, just for that peace of mind that if something happens or I have to go or I need to be somewhere or somebody needs me for a ride, that I can just say, okay. I've not to get too personal, but DoorDash afforded me a rebuilding relationship with one of my children, and because I was able to take considerable time out of my day and be there for them. So there's upsides and downsides to everything, and the upsides for me outweigh the very real downsides of gig work. It's like, just to have that personal freedom and not have to answer to somebody or a young person who's ambitious, and you're working for them and they're so ambitious and stuff like that, and they don't understand how to relate to another human quite yet, and they're learning. I can understand their position, but I don't want to be in the position while they're learning how to talk to another person. I don't want to put myself in that situation. So my boy back here has seen somebody walking by. He's getting ready to bark. Look at him. Look at him. Are you protecting? You didn't like him? You didn't like him? Oh, you just winked. You winked again on camera. Well, you silly. You are silly. Yes, sir. Oh, wow. This video is already going to be 20 minutes. Ha! Ha! I doubt if y'all are going to watch all of this. But you know what? Screw it. Post it. See what happens. It's going to be even longer because I got, more of a day left. Ah, there we go. There we go. We got somebody. Look at that tail just wagging, boy. Yeah. I'm not afraid to shoot a video and have my dog bark in it. I'm not going to cut that out. Hell, the name of the channel is Finn and I. He gets first dibs anyways. But gotta love him. Got to. Does it hurt my ears? Yep. Do I get frustrated? Yep. Do I understand that he's just a dog and he's doing what he instinctively knows what to do? Yeah. But still. Somebody suggested that I give him melatonin, eases stress at night. And I don't really believe in melatonin. I mean, I used to see this young lady who used to give her kid melatonin, and we would get in arguments about it. Like, why are you drugging your kid? That's and I'm not. And let me refrain that because I'm not trying to say I got something truly against it because I understand ADHD, but just growing up in the area or the era that I grew up in, we didn't do that. You just tired a child out throughout the day, having them play and run around and stuff like that, and then take a shower, eat, put some food on the gut, send them to bed. But different times, different folks, different ways. Not saying that our time's better and this time's worse, just different awarenesses and advancements. So, but anyways, yeah, not much about DoorDashing in this video, huh? But hopefully I'll get an order soon and I can put up some numbers and whatnot. But talk to you all in a little bit. Alright, so I just got done dropping off the Walgreens order. It was kind of funny because they have in their lobby it's this fog, and they're like, please read the sign, and they're like, silence your phones, and speaking of which. Alright, so I just got done dropping an order off at a spa, and it was kind of funny because the lobby sign was like, silence your phones and be very quiet and somebody will be with you. And I'm just like, well, I need a PIN number. So I sent the message, like, hey, I'm here, I'm in your lobby, I'm respecting your sign. And they were in the door right next to me. I kind of looked over and was like, oh, yeah. It's just like, oh, you were being good, thank you. I was like, yeah, no problem. Got her PIN code and went away from there. So, hear me out. I'm thinking, all right, since you guys are coming to the DoorDash Chronicles and stuff like that, I want to do a little something different for you guys. Usually I put out music every Sunday. The music is written by me, all right? I don't know if y'all can tell by the cadence in my voice, I can't sing and I don't have the rhythm, but I like to write and I enjoy it. And ever since this AI became a thing, it's like so many years of writing is trapped inside, and now I'm letting it all out. So what I'm getting to the point is, I'm going to, in this next segment, I'm going to spend the next 3 minutes and 7 seconds and I'm going to let y'all hear a song. So, kind of like a preview. If you come to the DoorDash Chronicles, you get a preview of my music. Alright? So, you get to hear it before anybody else does. Before all 17 people who listen to my music gets to hear it, you get to hear it first. You're like, hey, I heard it before those other 18 people heard it. It was a piece of shit then, and it's a piece of shit afterwards. Nah, I'm just kidding. But I hope y'all enjoy, and that's coming up on the next segment.
Every night in the same spot, same parking lot, shooting a video, try create desperate to be seen. Song is my mind, I swipe to my app, and as the thoughts flow, I ride and ride under that pale moonlight while it is growing thin and time's ticking, phone is thinning. Time to grab that order, heading down the counter with the cold wind blowing, headlights glowing in my rear view, blinding me, can't see the road, and I don't see the end, just me and fan. The boys don't call, feeling that they are done with that, and that's my pain, because I live so loose and insane. That's not a flex, it's my claim, yeah, life goes on. All the same dogs barking through the window open, I don't wake up the neighbors, back to the start. I wanna update the chronicles and learn more edit techniques, maybe then I'll become legit. And some nights I wanna say fuck it when the views start live, no oil in the car, so I tell ChatGPT and let it lie to me so I can believe in something. My balance is skewed when I'm getting so insecure, nothing I do is sure. All this music I'm writing using an AI to generate, trying to keep faith, I'm not lying, just trying to live and be seen. Life goes on, it's hard to sink, you're treading above water, but I'm drowning in sorrow. Maybe it'll better tomorrow, and what I would give to have someone to go home to, but now I wouldn't know what to do. Been so long, probably fall in love from the slightest touch, get scared and run because it's too damn much. I'm not drifting, I'm riffing on my emotions, freestyling at the very moment in the song creation app, and it will be on YouTube, probably static video with the PMI, prove me incorrect, static 25 minutes, man, went by and no water, my legs hurt, feet are swollen, feel my heart and chest, now I'm so stressed, just one more older than late to rest. I have no peace, I struggle with keeping friendships, cause I want everyone to see a video like an annoying boy. I'm just trying to spread joy, I should've started earlier. Is it too late at 50, will I be gone before I can be someone? My maturity is unchecked reality, it's I might break scared every week I won't make it. And now my mama is of that age and I'm scared of what's next. True story, this true feelings is what I do. Spend a week talking about Mass Effect, DoorDash movies in the dark, videos is all the track. Finally got the order and take another ride to Pine Ridge, fight on learning to welcome girl in the Citrus Springs to the livery, so crackers and chicken dumplings, someone must get sick, so mine. If I don't save, say now I might not have a chance. Good night, goodbye, and I love you, see you soon, I hope so.
So I hope you enjoyed that song. It's called Truth. There's no hook to it, and it's just kind of my life in daily form. And I just, like the song said, I just turned on the app and started freestyling in it. Like writing. But anyways, so I just dropped off an order. I took a nap. I just felt tired and laid the seat back and took a good nap, and I just dropped off a Papa John's order, about $9. The miles was a little high, but today is one of those days where you take what you can get. It's not really a strategic day. So being that as it is. Oh man. So, there's a little bit of strategy to this if you want. I've run into some people and they're just like, I just take every order. That's great. That's great. A lot of it just depends on how much you want to make and how fast do you want to make it. That's the key right there. I'm not gonna sit here and teach and tell you what's right and what's wrong. This is totally a job where, depending on your market, you develop your own strategy. What I am going to do is let you get to know me and basically what the life is like, and you're my passenger along for a ride. We can talk and we can reminisce, and and then every once in a while I'll update you with like some DoorDash stats or whatever. So oh boy, this town, man. I don't know why, but I love this town. It's such a small town, and it has its problems, but there's so much good in this town. People are generally nice, very hospitable, barely have any problems with any customers. Get a few, especially from younger folks who are want like 12 bags of candy from a Dollar General or something silly like that. But it all comes into your pocket one way or another. So, like, what kind of orders do y'all get? What is like some of the strangest orders that y'all have? I will laugh to myself every time I pick up like an adult toy. I'm like, maybe the thing about ordering that through DoorDash is not so much convenience, but embarrassment in public. Which you have nothing to be embarrassed about. Every human being does that. But I get it. It reminds me of being a young man and going into a film store, a video rental. And for folks that don't know, there was a place where you would walk into and get your favorite movies. Most people are old enough to remember, but there might be some out there to like, what is a video store? So, but it reminds me of being a young man and taking a trip through the adult section and find how should I say, a title that interests you. A title, right? The box art, the title. And now you gotta check out. And lo and behold, but who would be behind the counter? The most attractive woman you've ever seen in your life at that time. And just be like, yeah, I want Rambone. I want backyard masters Just something silly. Something way off that shows what you're into, and happen to rent it. Now, obviously, through the lovely invention that is the internet, now the whole world knows what you're into because of cookies and data and stuff like that, but you don't have to face them face to face. So that's funny. And so I can understand, getting a massage toy through DoorDash, just for the embarrassment things. Only one person has to know, and that's the driver, and you don't know the driver. So yeah, but people around here know me, so I've been doing this for quite a while, and you see the name and be like, oh my god, I know that guy. Please don't say anything. All right, I won't put you on blast, don't worry, your secret's safe with me. That kind of thing. But yeah, it's highly interesting. Or have you ever... Calm down, boy. Have you ever got a combination of orders? Now, when you order from DoorDash, you're getting different things. Yeah, okay. But sometimes what runs through a driver's head is they try to put one and two together from the order, and sometimes when you do that, you come out with crazy combinations. Let's see, eggs, bacon, and spaghetti sauce. Like, what are we having? Eggs and bacon spaghetti. What are we doing? Just silly stuff. Somebody went by. Ooh, that was a no-go. And so sometimes combinations can be silly. Be like going to Home Depot and being like, let me see, shovel, rope, duct tape, large bags, lime. Maybe I should call this one in. So yeah, that would be something I would do young, just to get a reaction out of a cashier, because cashiers like to make small talk, and because that's what they're taught to do, what they're told to do is get to know the customer, and they like to make small talk, and sometimes they'll use the items that you get, and there's a great video on that. If you guys know who Ryan George is, he's one of my favorite YouTubers. He's a very well-known YouTuber, and he has a show called Pitch Meeting, which is where he comes in as a pitch guy against a producer and tells you the absurdness of the script. It's a unique way to review the movie, and he does his he's a one-man show who does many different characters, but he has a skit on one of his, on where he does his own stuff, and he does this little skit where he plays a cashier and a customer, and the cashier is constantly judging him through every single item, and it's a great skit. It's a good laugh. Had a good time with it. Again, the name is Ryan George. 2 first names, you can't get it wrong. I have no problems saying his channel out loud. It was, I highly recommend it. It's great comedy. He's very smart. Very good comedy. Very smart. Great editing. Smooth looking videos. He's been doing this for years. And his humor is somewhere between deadpan and sarcastic wit. It's great stuff. He also does a couple things where, like, the first people to try this, or how this got its name, and it's hilarious work. But you know, just thought I'd put that out there. So again, another 11 minutes sitting here waiting for an order and nothing's happening. Welcome to my world. So I'll talk to y'all in a little bit. I'm in danger of running this video up to an hour, and I don't know how well I'm going to do on an hour video, so we'll see. So I just picked up an order from Little Caesar, $14.75 plus. Let me show you. Pizza. So that order ended up being basically $24, and very nice people. Went to a church. Very good order. $24 for 6 miles. I love it when things like that happen. And they were having date night with their kids. And, you know, I get to feel like I provided a very, very great service. Yeah, so I'm going to end this video right here. I'm up to about $90. This video is running close to an hour. It's going to take an extremely long time to convert and then put it on YouTube. So I'm probably going to still be going. I'll probably even shoot another video for the next day, you know. But for this one's done. Folks, I've been doing this for 4 years. I have over 16,000 deliveries. If you have a question, a comment, a concern, whether you're a customer, whether you're a DoorDasher, or whether this is something you're interested in, I don't care. My channel is all about freedom of speech. Come in, say whatever you want to say. If you want to say something negative, say something negative. But make sure it's towards me and not the people that come into the room, please. Okay? Let's respect each other. Alright? If you want to say, hey dude, your video sucks, I'll give you a thumbs up and a heart and tell you thank you for the engagement. But if somebody else comes in the room and they leave a comment, don't attack them, please. Okay? Let's keep it real, keep it nice. Alright? We're all humans out here. We're all trying to live and trying to get by, and with our own beliefs and our own ways and our own thoughts and our own processes. You know, it's what being an individual is all about. I love everybody, I respect everybody, and I want to talk. I want to have a conversation. I want to hear from you. I want to know what you grew up with, or how you view things, or you know, if you're a dasher, how is it for you? All right. DoorDash Chronicles. I'm Paul. That's Sven back there. And we hope you like and subscribe. Thank you for your time. That's the biggest metric I can receive, is your time. That means the world to me, more than you know. Peace.